So, quick recap on Kamryn, who she is. 8-year-old girl, born with cerebral palsy due to traumatic birth. She's nonverbal, and her parents brought her to me now 2 months ago after she had been vomiting and hospitalized for around 5 months with no explanation as to why that is. So the best update about that is that she hasn't vomited now in I think 6 weeks, almost 6 weeks. And so we've been doing a lot of work together. The coolest thing that came from 2 sessions ago was kind of a first for me, and I call it leveling up, or in my experience with Kamryn, was my eyes were closed and she was sharing some pretty intense stuff with me, and in this other realm. And suddenly my eyes opened and I looked down at this little 8-year-old girl, and I was like, oh my God, this is not conversation for an 8-year-old girl. But then I realized, oh my gosh, she's actually going back and forth between her physical 8-year-old self, body, and back to her higher self. And she was sharing with me that much of what she came in with was past life trauma, which is now obviously culminated in this pretty intense physical experience in this lifetime. Ask Spirit, well, how do we help her heal it? Because obviously that's what needs to happen, help heal what brought in so much PTSD. So what I know is, what I need to work on with her, at least right now in the next session or the next 2 sessions, is her electrical system. Because what happens with PTSD or anxiety, and what I've been taught, Spirit taught, is our spinal cord is our physical manifestation of our electrical system, because there's physical and etheric. And I've actually drawn a very technical picture of it to help you understand. This was actually drawn for somebody else a few weeks ago, but it shows the spinal cord and little meridians, which show up as blue balls. Not those kind of blue balls, but my understanding, the acupuncture meridians are part of more of the etheric energy, and they actually communicate with the physical body. Someone like Kamryn, if the meridians are not lighting up or lit up, like in her case, she doesn't even communicate with her body. Her mind, she's just so over it, and she doesn't have faith that she can feel better or walk or do any of these things. So she doesn't believe it, and therefore she literally doesn't communicate from here down. And so none of her electrical system is firing or lighting up and working in unison, and flowing, which is some of the density is what was making her throw up. And so, I pull that out and work with that, and now she's not vomiting. But now, in order for her to strengthen her limbs, and even to use her voice, her vocal cords, her voice box, it's light everything up, and she needs to get in the game, really, and she's still undecided as whether or not she even wants to do that, which is incredible to have a conversation with her about why she doesn't want to and how real that is. Then last night I did it at a session, and she simply wanted to just be in her little girl, her little 8-year-old mind. She wasn't she was more playing around with her grandmother, believe it or not, who's on the other side, and her grandma was playing with her, and she really didn't want to talk about much. So I got a really great opportunity to kind of, restart things and send light through her electrical system to calm down that PTSD. And I'm noticing that it's actually helping, because otherwise she has a lot of really jerky movements And when I do that, her body relaxes and she has more intentional movement. So anyway, it's all just really exciting, and so that's it.